wherever you may be listening. Last time, we witnessed the unspeakable of sorcery so dark, it allowed a man to steal another's flesh and live behind a mask. A body switch, a blasphemy that defies all reason. And still, the truth of how it was done remains hidden in shadow. But as one great thinker once said, the presence of light is simply the absence of darkness. And in the deepest dark, the light does not vanish. It grows stronger, more defiant. So tonight, open your heart, open your soul, and open your mind. Because in this chapter, we will search for the light that refuses to die, the mysterious glow that will reveal itself at last. This is the Amanat. This is the trust. Episode 9 begins now.
I saw it in a dream. A vision so vivid it burned itself into my heart. It came to me not as a suggestion, but as a command, a revelation of what we must become. A world where the Ummah finally understands why Allah loaned us everything in this life, only so that we would surrender it all back to Him. In this dream, I heard a voice declare that the Ummah must sacrifice everything, all wealth, all comfort, all property, not reluctantly, but with certainty that Allah owns it all. This sacrifice is not charity. It is not a temporary gesture. It is the return of the trust Allah placed in our hands. And when I asked, how will we do this? The answer came like a memory of the Prophet ﷺ himself. We will do it the same way Muhammad ﷺ and his companions did. The Muhajirin, those who left their homes and fortunes behind. The Ansar, who shared their wealth so fully that no stranger remained in need. They did not ask what they could keep. They asked only what they could give. I saw that every mosque on this earth is not merely a place to bow our heads. It is the living border between those who wish to own this world and those who return everything to Allah. Every mosque is a fortress of faith. Every minaret is a flag declaring, nothing belongs to the tyrant. Nothing belongs to the usurer. Nothing belongs to the empire. It all belongs to Allah. In my dream, all mosques were linked. One headquarters mosque stood at the center, and it is known as the Markaz, and under it, 160 mosques, each entrusted with its own Qariyah. These 160 were divided into 4 halqa. Each halqa commanded 40 mosques. Each mosque within the halqa is known as the marhala. Each marhala commands 40 houses, 40 homes in every direction around the mosque. For example, 40 houses in the area directly in front of the mosque, 40 houses in the area to the left, 40 houses behind the mosque, and 40 houses to the right. Each direction, each household, watched over and cared for. This was called the Munawwara system, a chain stronger than any army, more enduring than any government. The mosque is not a silent building. It is the heart of the Qariyah, the neighborhood believers who gather under its roof. And when all Qariyah unite, across all borders and continents, they become the Ummah. A single body, a single voice, a single purpose. Each mosque carries the care of 160 houses. Every child, every elder, every stranger who steps under that minaret becomes the responsibility of the believers. If they are hungry, the mosque must feed them. If they are sick, the mosque must heal them. If they are lost, the mosque must guide them home. I saw that when the Ummah gathers its sacrifice, this wealth does not flow to a bank, or a minister, or a corporation. It belongs to the mosque alone, managed by the Qariyah alone. No government has the right to seize it. No ruler has the right to tax it. No tyrant has the right to forbid it. If the people lack bread, the mosque builds wheat fields, constructs mills, opens bakeries. If there is no hospital, the mosque gathers its funds and manpower and raises the walls of healing with its own hands. If there is no market, The mosque establishes trade, creates fair prices, and frees the people from exploitation. If the land has no roads, to reach the trade routes of the world, the mosque builds those roads, brick by brick, stone by stone. This is the true economy of Islam, independent, dignified, an ecosystem for all mankind. In this vision, there were no education system, patterned after Plato and Socrates, designed to divide us by certificates and titles. No more decades lost in classrooms, while life and faith wither outside. Knowledge belongs to everyone, and so does dignity. In this dream, every workplace I became a school and a brotherhood. This is how the Islamic way of learning begins. To help you understand, let us take the factory system as an example. This system will represent the framework through which we explore how learning, leadership, and labor rotate under the Munawara system. But remember, this is only one sector. The same cycle applies across all fields of human work and knowledge. After completing a term of 3 months as a janitor, an individual is promoted to the position of production operative. However, before assuming full responsibility, the newly appointed operative must undergo a comprehensive period of training. Over the course of 1 month, the senior production operative provides thorough instruction, covering every detail of the role. This includes familiarity with duties, the structure of tasks, operational standards, and all relevant safety procedures. Upon completion of this training, the senior production operative advances to the role of line leader. The same process is repeated again. The senior line leader trains the incoming line leader, formerly the production operative, ensuring a complete understanding of responsibilities and procedures. This instruction also extends for 1 month. After this, the senior line leader rises to the position of supervisor. Again, the training cycle continues without exception. The supervisor is responsible for training their successor before advancing to the role of executive. The executive provides full guidance to the new executive and then moves forward to become human resources administrator. Finally, the administrator is appointed as the manager of the entire factory. The manager leads for a term of 3 months, overseeing all operations and upholding governance. After this period, the manager relinquishes the position and begins the cycle again as a janitor. Throughout their lifetime, each individual repeats this progression between 6 and 12 times. Upon completing these cycles, they are prepared to be assigned by the mosque to a new sector. This may include the agricultural sector, the medical sector, or any other field beyond the factory environment. By rotating through multiple sectors, every person becomes equipped with knowledge and skill in a wide array of disciplines. In this way, the Islamic Munawara system prepares humanity to become a community capable of regenerating itself, no matter what disaster may come. When each individual has been a doctor, a farmer, a business wizard, a leader, a teacher, a technologist, a military personnel, and etc., no crisis can fully destroy the strength of civilization. Under this system, all individuals receive the same salary, no matter their role or rank. There is no hierarchy of privilege, no entitlement to superiority, and no division between the wealthy and the poor, because the income gap and division has never existed. This is in complete contrast to the educational models of Plato and Socrates, which have shaped the modern world's systems. Those systems, no matter how refined they appear, are corrupted by hidden vices. They do not solve the social problems of humankind. Instead, they deepen the wounds of civilization, widening the gulf between rich and poor, and forcing countless people to break the law just to survive or gain respect, and to live together in the same wavelength. The Islamic Munawara system destroys this division. It replaces inequality with shared dignity, resentment with respect, and ignorance with wisdom. From this foundation, a new era of technology will emerge. Technology that does not enrich a single oligarch or empower a ruling elite to dominate the rest of humanity. In this system, weapons of mass destruction and technologies misused to annihilate mankind would never have existed. Instead, technology will grow from the just soil of Munawara, designed to benefit all humankind equally. This is the promise of the Islamic way of learning. A model that nurtures hearts with tawheed, uplifts every home with akhlaq, and safeguards civilization from the greed and decay that have plagued humanity for so long. At the end of this vision, the final instruction appeared. When the wealth of the Ummah multiplies, when the mosques prosper, when every Qariyah is strong, use all profits to purchase this planet itself, so that no tyrant, no banker, no empire may ever dictate to humanity again. In this world reborn, only Allah would be the sovereign. Every decree would be guided by His revelation. Every life would be honored. This is the only liberation worth fighting for. In this vision, even the mosque itself could not become a throne for any man. There would be no permanent leaders, no lifelong administrators, no hidden councils who claim they alone hold Allah's agenda. Every position, the imam, the advisors, the examiners, the shura who guide the programs, would be held for no longer than 3 days, then rotated to another among the believers. 3 days, so no heart could grow arrogant, so no hand could grow greedy. 3 days, to prevent usury, corruption, and abuse of trust and secret agendas. By this rotation, no title could become a crown, no responsibility could become a kingdom. Every soul would remember, they stand as servants, not masters. In this dream, the mosques were no longer schools only for children. Every father and mother, every kids and children, every merchant and worker, every elder and youth, all were commanded to learn the Quran and Hadith. No exceptions, no delays, no excuses. I was shown that all sectors of labor, the fields, the factories, the markets, would limit work to 4 hours each day. 4 hours to feed the body, and the rest of the day to nourish the soul. Those hours were reserved for da'wah, to call humanity to Allah's path. For community service, so no neighbor remained neglected. For teaching and learning, so knowledge would become the inheritance of every believer. And for forming Quru Jama'ah, missionary teams to carry this practice to every mosque on earth. And when I asked, why must we spread this everywhere? The answer struck my heart. If only one mosque lives this way, while all others remain unchanged, the practice will wither and die, like a lone tree in a barren field. But if all mosques stand united, this sacrifice becomes an unbreakable chain, a light no darkness can extinguish. So every mosque must also welcome the Quru Jama'ah, the missionaries who come to revive it. The same practice of the Muhajirin and the Ansari will be repeated again. And no leader may forbid them, no council may turn them away. For this work is not owned by any faction, it belongs only to Allah. This was the final vision. A world without permanent rulers. A world without secret owners. A world where every mosque is a fortress of learning, compassion, and sacrifice. Where every believer, young or old, rich or poor, holds the same dignity. And where the only true sovereign is Allah, who alone owns the heavens and the earth. This is the dream I was shown. If it seems impossible, it is only because we have forgotten what the first believers dared to surrender. May Allah make us worthy to reclaim what they began and to sacrifice everything for His sake alone. The dream faded into the night sky, and the road curved through the jungle's edge. We were approaching Bentong. Somewhere ahead, Dr. Norman's family was under attack. Something not human, something even he would not name aloud. I gripped the wheel tighter. Behind me, the others shifted and groaned. Broken bodies held together by nothing but will. Umi leaned forward, her hand clutching the back of my seat.
Indra,
She whispered.
we can't take them to the hospital.
Her voice was raw with urgency.
If Jahangir goes there, they will arrest him. He has no documents, no papers. They will drag him away in chains, even as he bleeds.
Her gaze flicked to Tobias, ashen-faced, drifting in and out.
And if they find Tobias, those men from the secret organization under the owner of the global banks will finish what they started. They will gut him in his sleep.
Umi turned her eyes on Norman, still wearing Aduka's stolen flesh.
You will treat them.
She told him, her voice low and cold.
You will keep them alive.
Her hand trembled as she wiped her cheek.
In return, we will help you save your wife. We will help you save your son.
For a moment, no one spoke. Even the jungle seemed to hold its breath. I glanced at Norman in the seat next to me. His borrowed face was pale, lips pressed thin as paper. Somewhere beneath that skin, the real Norman was calculating, weighing what he could confess, what he could hold back. He must have known that this body, Aduka's body, was the only shield he had left. If he refused to speak, if he tried to deceive us again, there would be no mercy. I thought of the woman in black, her calm eyes, the barrel of her rifle resting on her cheek. She had believed she was killing Norman, and in a way, she had. Aduka's soul was gone, torn out when Norman crawled into his flesh. The man I called brother was already dead before the bullet struck his heart. As the moon rose over the hills, one question grew louder in my mind. Why? Why did Norman do it? Why steal a life he had no right to claim? Why set this nightmare in motion? I knew I could not let him walk free, no matter what he revealed. Even if he told me everything, the names, the orders, the secrets, the price would still be blood. But some part of me, some stubborn, wounded hope, still believed he might have an answer. That could make sense of all this ruin. If he spoke the truth, if he gave me the name of the one who whispered to that assassin, I might let him live long enough to save his family. But if he lied, if he tried to bargain or stall or run, I would end him, even if it meant killing Aduka's body a second time. The road unspooled ahead of us, pale and empty. Umi sat back in her seat, her hands folded over her heart, her eyes closed in prayer. And I held my question like a blade, ready to cut the truth from Norman's throat, if no other way remained.
Before you go, I invite you to share this story with someone who still believes in the power of faith, or someone who has sworn it off forever. Please like this video if it unsettled you, comment below with your thoughts or your own encounters with the darkness, and subscribe to Haunted Burrow so you never miss the next descent into the unknown. And if you dare, share this episode with a friend who thinks they're safe from nightmares. Until we meet again, sweet dreams, and even sweeter nightmares.